Hi guys.
You're so tired. This is Ashley.
That's Sarah. This is our 10th movie.
Ew, we're in the double digits. That's exciting.
Ooh, 10.
The life of...
It's not like me gestures, just 10.
But, let's talk about it. Break it down?
This one's not as fresh in my mind as the other one.
As we're watching like multiple movies at different times.
Okay, so basically, this is another biopic. And it's The Life of Emile Zola.
Which I thought it was about to be about a girl, but it's Emile, not Amelia.
Yeah.
Well, it's about a guy, and it's in France.
Yep.
During some really fucked up times in France. I had to glance at the history of like France because I don't know too much about it. It's a bit tumultuous.
And the movie came out in 1937. It won the Oscar in 1938.
But it was set in like the late 1800s?
Yeah. Like the mid-late 1800s.
1860s.
Yeah.
That's what I have here. So there's a lot of revolutions going on.
Yeah, so it's like he's a struggling writer, and he doesn't really get a lot of attention for his work. He actually gets fired from a job that his mom got him.
Bad attention.
Because he likes to question why things are the way they are in politics and
government officials
and all of that kind of stuff. He actually asks questions about it instead of just accepting it for what it is.
And he's like, I'm gonna keep writing about this stuff.
There was a time back in France when I can't remember exactly what STD they were after, but they used to go out and arrest prostitutes, and not just arrest them because they're prostituting. They would actually do medical tests on them because syphilis and all that was running very rapid in France at the time. So they would actually pick up the prostitutes and test them, and if they had it, they would take them out of general population because they didn't want it to spread any further.
Okay.
So as the cops are about to arrest a group of prostitutes, one of them runs into the cafe where Emile Zola is and
pretends to know her.
He kind of protects her and kind of wants to get to know more about her. Kind of does that, and then he writes a novel based on her and takes off.
Yeah, I feel like this was, I would break it into like two different parts of the movie. So you have the part where you get to Emile Zola before he's like famous, before he makes any kind of success, and then it rolls into the second half where it shows a progression of like all the crazy novels, and he becomes super famous for his literature, and then he gets kind of fat and spoiled. And I loved when his best friend like calls him out. Like halfway through the film, it's like now we're moving into the second half of the film, and the second kind of like story, and that's him being really well off. He's gonna get accolades and be in the
He receives the Legion of Honor.
There we go.
Boom.
And then he makes this random speech about everything being so connected, and he finds himself at the top of the scale and not a starving artist anymore. And then it goes into this story, which I thought was crazy. And this is more court side of things. So it's about Dreyfus, and Dreyfus being accused of being a traitor in the German...
So he's like...
in the French army.
He's an officer in the French army. Somebody is...
being a traitor.
They blame it on him.
Either way, it's a really good guy, and he has a wife that like continues to fight for him, and she goes to all lengths. Just like, I'm not even gonna get into the court case, but it was just like good stuff. It was like a few good men, like intense court scenes and speeches and just injustice. Just like court. This is like the first, I feel like, court injustice film that we've seen where somebody's being accused of something or there's innocence and you don't know how things are gonna be really, and it's against the government more than anything, and the government just trying to circumvent itself and protect itself, and the military and. Like, I don't know, I just thought it was
She
crazy.
got really heated about that.
And Emile, even though he loses everything because he puts out this famous article.
Like, Dreyfus's wife goes to Emile Zola because she was told, like, he used to be an advocate for, and kind of right about stuff that he didn't think was right in the government and everything. So she goes and basically begs him for his help. And at first he's like, no, I don't take on those type of fights anymore.
He's like, I put in my dues.
And then he starts reading the evidence, and he's like, wow.
Like, he avoids it all he can, but he...
I need to help out. So
he goes and puts it in a newspaper article, and he knows that the government is going to have no other choice than to call him for libel and bring the court. And the whole point was for them to open up the court case again. It's about somebody that has everything, and he decides to step up because the injustice is too much to turn away for him. So that was, but he did a lot of things. So it's a biopic because you're looking about Emile, but then it's this whole court case thing. But overall, this was a legit person in history that like made a really big impact and is really big deal in French history. So
it just kind of stinks because he goes through all of that, and things kind of work out in the end. But then Emile Zola died from carbon monoxide poisoning.
Which could have been a murder. They didn't implement that, but when I had read about it, that it could have been a murder. But I liked it. That was the first time I've seen foreshadowing, which is one of my I hate literary terms. I'm not good with them, but that was my first time that I've seen foreshadowing because they talked about him not liking drafts and always having the window closed and stuff throughout the film. And yeah, spoiler alert, he winds up dying because there's no draft. And so that was the first time I've come across.
The only trivia I had was 2 little facts. First, they actually shot the movie in reverse, and it was the second movie to win Best Picture as a biopic. It actually intrigued me to get one of Emile Zola's books, which I'm reading now, and I will let you know what I think.
So you get to know which one you're reading?
I'm reading the one about the prostitute, cause.
Oh no! Is it Nana?
Nana. I will never see. I like to read books and put myself into a world that I will never be in. Never gonna be a prostitute, guys. I don't know.
I'm glad. I can't wait to hear about the book.
Thanks.
Do you have a rating?
I do.
What are you gonna rate?
Because it took place in Paris and...
Cheese?
I love Paris.
Why?
I'm gonna do Eiffel Towers.
London Bridge? I don't know why I started saying London Bridge. Yeah, Eiffel Towers. How many Eiffel Towers?
I'm going to give it 2.5 Eiffel Towers. I think it's a good movie if you're looking into French history or you're into court dramas and such.
I'm gonna give it 4 O's.
Boom.
Yeah, it was intense, and just the way that it panned out, and the way it was designed. I kept my attention the whole way through, so I was impressed.
How's your week been?
I don't have anything exciting to talk about. I went to a couple of awesome concerts, Air Church, Ariana, and did those with my sister. And I think that's about it. I partied a little bit.
I didn't do anything quite as exciting as you. I didn't go to any concerts or anything. I worked. Game of Thrones is making my life right now. That's the only thing going on right now. It's making my life, and it's so good.
I don't watch Game of Thrones.
It's so.
But I'm so excited for all the fans.
Yeah, as you should be, because
they have something to watch every Sunday. So congratulations.
For Game of Thrones. My only other thing was when I came over, I was so excited to tell you that I need a new wardrobe because all my clothes are too tight.
Once again, don't feel bad for you.
I feel like I got all my clothes from the Baby Gap.
I'm trying to find an outfit for Bree's thing. I have a friend that wants a theme for her birthday at a beach house. And I found this website. It's Thrift Store Chic is the theme, and so I found this really cool hat that I'm excited about.
Oh, Jesus.
And a little bolo tie. It's gonna be good.
Oh, jeez.
It's gonna be good. Anyway, so I was excited to find that online because that was really cool.
And I, of course, am a master procrastinator, so I won't be looking for my outfit until the day before we leave. And I'm just gonna wing it.
Good for you.
Could be really shitty. Alright.
Alright, I think we're out.
We're good for this week, right, guys? Okay.
There's...
Bye.